Good morning, everyone. I was asked today to talk on this subject as to, for example, some examples are tools college professors and staff may would incorporate into the learning environment to show a little more sensitivity and encouragement to African American students. One of the first things I would suggest to one of my peers that's in that classroom, and it involving African American students, created an environment that is engaging, engage them first, period. All students engage them. But specifically, make it an effort to engage that African American student to make certain that they're not feeling uncomfortable. Because when they look in the classroom, they can see it may be only one of two of them of their particular race. Also, select and use textbooks in your curriculum that is reflective of their cultural experiences. Also, to make certain that you're sensitive in reference to your examples and inclusive of your examples when you're talking in reference to race, creed, or color. As far as faculty members, make certain that you personally extend yourself to your own peers and allow students on campus, it doesn't matter if they're African American or not, but specifically African American, let them see you engaging with your peers because that helps them to become, that person is pretty comfortable with persons that are unlike them. I also maybe can become comfortable with persons that are unlike me.
Today, I've been asked to talk about what I feel like is important to have an inclusive environment for African American students. So I'll talk from the perspective of students that are coming out of high school that have had a moderate to positive, socioeconomic upbringing or positive environment academically already and have been exposed to that. So I think one of the most important things for faculty members to understand, especially with these types of students, is that being consistent with having clear academic expectations, being open to two-way communication, and then also being able to have a little bit of empathy and understanding that in many of their situations, they may have been maybe anywhere from one to just maybe 5 students that were African American in their actual classrooms. So just understanding that and having a little bit of empathy with that can go a long way. By being consistent, having clear expectations, treating everyone as much as you can without bias, it builds trust with African American students. Again, we're talking about students who have had a positive experience academically. They may be in college on a scholarship. They may come from families that have high expectations of them. In my experience with working with students from these backgrounds, the biggest thing is trust. Those 3 components of clear expectations, two-way communication, and then also having some type of cultural empathy, it can build trust. Once you've built trust and they know that your job and your goal is to truly teach them and educate them, then what I see is that students do tend to have a lot of success. They enjoy the class much more, and of course, if they enjoy the class much more, then there's a higher probability they'll be successful in that class.
I've been asked to share with you my thoughts as an assistant professor here at Tulsa Community College and perhaps the steps that I go through in interacting and interfacing with a diverse community at the college. What I tend to think is my plan of action is that I try to encourage the students on an ongoing basis to develop a plan that I think will lead them on a pathway to making progress in life. And so what we do in the classroom setting is that we try to establish a foundation where they receive the fundamentals that allow them to develop a plan that leads, again, to a pathway to progress. And in a diverse community, we have a variety of students that come from varied backgrounds. And so it's very important that we be sensitive to those backgrounds in our instruction and in our teachings within the classroom. But I hope that ultimately, as I'm judged and I'm evaluated as a professor, that I've done the very best that I can to equip our students from various backgrounds to be the best students that they can be, not only at this community college, but hopefully the best individuals they can be when they complete their studies here at Tulsa Community College.